Hup. Come on. Come on, here we go.
Okay, here it is.
These are the Sean Williams lyrics. Come on, come on. Nerd out and amble. Welcome to the Ramble with Jerry and Eddie, and sometimes maybe Cody. Skeletor with all his sass. Would Kickstrom sorry ass. AK blooded orange wussy. Or He-Man's mother's pussy. Joker 2 and Venom 3 really suck, but the rest get royally fucked. Jerry Jones is an old fart. Mitchell Davis looks smart. Dan Snyder also sucks. Deserves a quick kick in the nuts. All things Marvel and DC. Zack Snyder in Whedon free. Ramblers assemble and scramble for Jerry, Eddie, and the Ramble. Bring your views to step up, or else you're a chump. There we go. Look at that. Almost got it at the end. Almost got it.
Oh.
So I'm learning now, okay, with Rickelman, Sean Williams, and Kano. Ricks? We're gonna. I'm gonna have to. Knights in White Satin this and add that last verse as like just a poem at the end.
Yeah.
Right. And no word if I nailed the Knights in White Satin's poem. I think I did.
You may have. As far as
do I look it up just to make sure?
As far as I'm concerned, you nailed it. But
all right, so fuck it then. Welcome to the Ramble. This is a Geek's Guide to Pop Culture. This is Ramble proper, our Wednesday show. Ooh. We would be the geeks. I would be comedian, cancer fighter, podcaster, Mang Mang. Jerry Rocha right there. We have the one and only
comedian, podcaster Eddie Pence. Mang.
Come on, Mang is what Eddie Pence is. This is Ramble. Number 431. Do us a solid. Go to the Ramble, subscribe to it, give it a 5-star rating and a positive text review. If you do not do these things, you are a chump. And right now, there's a whole lot of chumps out there. I mean, we're still deadlocked at 149.
A lot of chumps.
Brian Hill, a.k.a. Seahawks fan, is still the last positive text review. So let's get it going, gang. You can email us, ramble@theramblepod.com, or on Instagram at Podcast Ramble. YouTube, you can see our beautiful faces on our YouTube channel, The Ramble Tube. We are The Ramble, a Poderation podcast. We have our merch page on TeePublic. So go get all of our good shit and model all of good shit. Eddie and I, stand-up comedians. We have comedy albums you can get wherever you stream comedy at. We have comedy specials, too. We have YouTube channels. Eddie, I'm 16 YouTube subscribers away from 1,000.
Come on. We got to get there, man.
I need 16 of you to go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just my name, Jerry Rocha.
God, if you can't
on YouTube.
Positive text review and 5-star rate this podcast, at least go subscribe.
At least go subscribe.
To Jerry Rocha's YouTube channel.
Get me to 1,000. But here we are. Man, we're going to geek out today. Today we're 1,000, babe. Today we're geeking out over comic books.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go G.I. Joe.
I'm doing Star Wars.
Eddie's going to go Star Wars.
Speaking of Star Wars, I just want to geek out over this real quick. This is a lightsaber hilt.
Oh, my.
This is one of the ones you build when you go to Galaxy's Edge.
That's a fancy pants one.
I love this one. I think it's
that Old Republic style?
It's an Old Republic style. It's a gorgeous lightsaber.
Why did they stop making them like that?
I don't know. It's got the gold inlay and the copper fill. It's like
Anakin's lightsaber hilt looks like something he bought at a fucking gas station.
I'm assuming because maybe the older Republic had a little more, a little more money,
a little more bling.
But it's a fucking gorgeous lightsaber.
My God! Another reason to be in our YouTube channel. You can see this.
You can see this thing because
there's
several different ones you can construct when you go.
My God! Yeah, that's right.
But this one is just one of my favorites.
That might be the best I've ever seen. I'm gonna say
it's pretty.
That
dope.
might be the best lightsaber hilt I've ever fucking seen. That's incredible.
It's a pretty dope one.
That's incredible.
So, that's that. But the Star Wars comic I wanted to geek out about. I just saw this on the Instagrams. There's a Star Wars comic coming out called Legacy of Vader, and it takes place obviously after Revenge of the Sith when he is Vader, and that time between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope when he's going around just causing havoc in the galaxy. And at one point, this comic depicts him going back Tatooine.
Another trip back.
And the trip back home. But I guess, he
third?
goes back home.
This be his third trip? Would this be his third trip? If you want to consider being born there, trip number 1.
Yeah.
Coming back to kill all the sand people and see his mother
and the women and the children,
not just the women and the children. All the sand, everything's got them all. Got all the sand
watching
people.
his mom die in a tent.
Yep. And then now he's back.
He's back for a third time.
Now, what you've teased here, couldn't he have just done when he went back the second time?
You think? I would have.
Yeah, that would have been the minute Mom passes away.
I go.
That's the move.
That's what I do.
That's the move.
And I probably take out those Lars people too. I probably take out the whole Lars clan.
Fuck yeah. Like, y'all raise, you fucking idiots.
You didn't protect her. You let the sand people come take her.
Fucks. Oh.
Because I think he actually Anakin mentions that in Attack of the Clones when they go back to the Lars homestead, and then the Lars has he's like, and you just left her, and he's like, they took my leg, I couldn't go. I lost my leg. I'm like, he could look over at Owen and go, Owen, you got fucking 2 legs. Why don't you go look for?
You want Uncle Owen?
Nothing?
You want to go do this? You want to go help out Uncle Owen? Jesus
Come on,
Christ, man.
Baru. I mean, I know she's a piece of ass, but you can let it go for a couple weeks.
Come on. What I'm about to geek out over.
Yeah.
When I get there, you're gonna see why there's no excuse for Baru not going and handling that. Okay. But
apparently Vader goes back the third time.
Yep.
to clean up a little bit
because
of
they
business.
need to keep telling fucking stories about shit that already happened that nobody gives a fuck about.
It's comic books.
Jesus Christ, move on.
You got to put Vader out there.
Move on. Okay, here's what I'm starting. Eddie, this is real quick. Here's what's starting to annoy me about these fucking comic books. I know Vader's the home run of the franchise. He's the face of the franchise.
He's the face of the franchise, man.
I get it. But geez, this reminds me of what Johnny Rotten said when the fucking Brian Setzer Orchestra was big again, right? And all the big band, the baby, it looks like it's gonna help up. Fucking Johnny Rotten was doing something for MTV, and he was like, "Yeah, look, I hope I run into the Brian Setzer Orchestra. I have a gift for them." Like, yeah, what's that? A calendar. That's what they need. Enough with this shit.
Well,
Eddie,
we're a nostalgia-based society.
I know, but Jesus Christ, just get Star Wars. That scratches.
But what you're geeking out about is also nostalgia-based.
It's sure, but I'm discovering something that was written 40 fucking years ago.
Right.
This is like, do we need to go back? Do we need to mine this shit again?
If you're looking at Disney-owned Star Wars and Lucasfilm and the properties, you can go backwards. You can start at Old Republic stuff, High Republic stuff, which they've done. They have that stuff out now.
Right.
But you see Acolyte coming out, people are kind of like, not so much. Like they don't really care unless it's done really well. And then you really can't. And Filoni is trying to fill in the gaps between Return of the Jedi,
which no one asked for,
and Force Awakens.
Right. Which nobody asked for.
Well, they did ask because Rise of Skywalker was so disconnected from everything. He felt it was his duty to go back and sort of make that movie make sense. Which, fine. You're trying to fill in the gaps of why Palpatine cloned himself. Because if you didn't read the expanded universe stuff as a kid, you wouldn't know. Palpatine cloned himself, and that's why he's back. That was always part of the plan.
Okay, but do you mind if I bring this, make it personal to you?
Okay.
Do you want to see Dan Quinn spend a year as your commander's coach, trying to explain the Jim Zorn era? Why? We don't need it. Move the fuck on.
Well, if you could go back and make that whole thing make sense, maybe.
You'd be okay with this.
if you can, in my mind, make those 2 years of wasted football make sense.
Right.
Then okay.
I would just see. I'm of the fuck it. Let's go. Let's see what else. But anyway, so this Vader comics not out yet, right?
This one isn't. They've done other Vader ones, which have been. I've read a lot of the Vader comics that have sort of taken place from since Revenge of the Sith, and a lot of them are pretty.
Some are good, you said, right?
Some are pretty fucking dope. So,
but don't they introduce that character with the dumbest name ever, like Dr. Acula or whatever? What's that fucking?
Was it? She's
Dr.
a bounty
Evil
hunter.
Chick, Dr. Evil Lady.
I can't think of her name.
Right.
Dr. Alpha or something.
Dr.
Like that.
Alpha, right? Yeah, that's right.
Well, she's a bounty hunter sort of thing, and she's got a fucking like 3PO droid that tortures people. It's fucking kind of gnarly.
I'm in with that. I'm in for that.
His hands are just like drills and blades.
See, I'm okay with this. I'm in for this.
He's kind of gnarly.
Right.
But this Vader comic, I guess he goes back to Tatooine.
Okay.
And hunts down Watto and takes him out.
Which
to me seems like a huge waste of resources from the Empire.
And time and everything. And this is like, this is Trump saying we're gonna call it the Gulf of America. Like, who gives a shit? What do you do? Vader,
Watto is the Gulf of America of Star Wars.
Yeah, why do we? To me, this needs now as dumb as I think this needs to be filmed. Because
I want to see it in
the
live
most
action.
Unintentionally funny scene in the Star Wars history.
I think it should be the Colt. If they ever do another Kenobi season, like another season of Kenobi, I think the opening scene of Episode 1 should just be Watto in his fucking tool shop, and just the door opens and you see the silhouette of Vader.
Right. Annie!
And he walks in. Annie!
You look like shit, Annie. What happened?
You need sunscreen, Annie.
You breathe funny.
Sunscreen. Moisturize, Annie. Moisturize. Come on, Annie.
Ooh, man.
What are you doing with that orange stick, Annie?
Put that away. Oh. Your mom went to work for me.
Annie.
So he kills
What do you want me to do, Annie? I'll suck your dick, Annie.
What
do you need?
So he offs the Watts. He offs the Watts, huh?
Takes out the Watts. Force chokes him.
Is that how he kills him? Force choke?
Force chokes him. Force chokes the Watts.
Wow, man. Again, that would have been hilarious. See, that's already fun.
What do you need, Annie? I'll get you laid, Annie.
Oh, yeah, come on. You forget about this Padme real quick. I got
lots of girls look better than Padme, Annie.
You never heard of plenty of fish in the sea, huh?
He turns into a pimp.
Oh, fuck.
You ever fuck chick with 8 legs, Annie?
He's good, Annie.
He's good, Annie.
I thought but then why didn't he just go kill him in fucking episode 2?
He should have gone there. Episode 2 would have been as soon as his mom croaks in his arms in the tent. I think
Watto's gone. Watto's
and then you take out Lars.
How do you forget? Oh, I gotta go.
Then you take out
kill
Lars.
Watto. What makes him think? You know what? I just think it's hilarious that Vader's just sitting there stewing for 10 years, and it's like, you know what? I gotta kill that motherfucker.
I'm gonna go kill that Jewish stereotype right now.
I'm gonna go kill that Jewish stereotype real quick. This has to rhyme with the Holocaust.
It's gonna rhyme. It's gonna rhyme.
Fucking, I don't know. I think that's. Again, if it's good storytelling, it's good storytelling. But I'm just like, I'm starting to give less and less of a shit about what Darth Vader did in the years between.
Well, I think so many people.
Empire
There was
Strikes
such
Back, and they're like, who gives
there was such a desire because we never really saw a lot of screen time of Darth Vader in the original trilogy, and then so you had that whole period of like, I wanted to see Darth Vader be a badass, and you never really got to see it.
Right.
So I think there's that desire, like that scene in Rogue One, like people wanted more of that.
That
whet the appetite.
There it is. That whetted it for me. It's like, okay, we get it. There, I'm good now. Like that's.
But
why
you know what it is?
So
you get a little taste. You get a little taste. People
Right.
want more. So that gave people a little taste. Like, oh, I want to see Vader kick ass all over the place. I want to see Vader go kill Watto now.
I want to go see him kill Watto. This guy, 3 foot tall, floating blob that can't hurt anything. Like
Annie, I'll suck your dick, Annie. Come on,
Annie.
Annie. I'll play with the balls
that's
too,
the thing,
Annie.
though. It's like Watto is like such a fucking sorry ass chump of a character. Like, oh, this is how you show how tough Vader is. He kills that fucking thing.
What he should do is just go cut one of his wings off.
There it is. Fuck him up. Make him just go in circles.
Take him, Annie, I can't find circles, Annie.
I'm like Carousel, which I have one for sale. I can tell you good price. Carousel.
Annie.
Oh, fuck. That's... Oh, boy. That's... Again, that's one of those things. It's like when Star Wars is cool, it knocks it out of the park. When it's dumb, it's embarrassing. And I fear that this could border on dumb. This...
Yeah,
Vader
but like I can't
Watto.
blame comic books because even before Disney got a hold of Star Wars, they were doing the expanded universe stuff.
Oh, they're doing
so
some crazy shit. Yeah,
it's doing all sorts of crazy. It's when you put it onto live action. I think that's where you got to like.
That's the most damaging. That's
where you got to like really hit it out of the park when it goes into live action.
Yeah,
if it's in the comics or the novels, like
fuck it,
go take chances. I don't give a shit.
Right. Have fun with it. See what happens.
Kill Watto.
Kill. But that's a funny thing. It's like, to your point, and I get your point of like, well, people want to see Vader be a badass. People want to see Vader, how devastating Watto? That's your. That's okay. Maybe make him like snuff out rebel bases. That would be, have him just some X-wings flying at him. He just fucking implodes it with his fit. Like, do that. Watto. You're gonna go kill Watto. Who gives a fuck?
Annie.
I'm glad it was you.
You ever fucked a Rodarian before? Annie.
Oh, they could have made all kinds of jokes. I hear they come first. I hear Rodarian come first.
If you find Greedo, he'll do it. Whatever you need.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if he fucks Greedo in that comic, and then later on you're like,
that.
when Han kills Greedo in the cantina and he's got that little snout nose, you're like, oh, I bet he sucks a mean one.
That's what it was.
He sucks a mean one.
Wait, was Greedo the little kid celebrating with Anakin?
No, that was a different. I think there was some people trying to make that
Greedo?
that line, but I don't think that was
right before he just fell on some hard times. Before Greedo fell on some hard times,
started sucking dick and taking bounties.
Greedo, best blowjob in the other rim, Annie.
He's so good. I don't know why he do bounty hunting. He just suck a dick. That's all he need to do.
Just best dick sucker in outer rim, Annie.
Way less dangerous than all the bounty hunting.
No teeth or nothing, Annie.
Like, at least have Watto provoke him. There should have been, at least Watto should have been like, oh, ever since your mother died, no pussy tastes as good as hers, huh? Like, at least have Watto talk shit to get him like, oh, you motherfucker, I just came to say hi. Now I'm fucking killing you, you piece of shit. Like, that was... Oh, fuck.
Oh, thanks for stopping by, Annie. Just like your mother never comes.
Never come.
Just like your mama never came.
You afraid of anal like your mother, Annie?
You afraid to let Watto fuck you in the ass, Annie?
Oh, fuck.
Like I did your mother, Annie.
She keeps saying there was no father. I beg to differ, Annie. You idiots think the Force fucked her? No, sir. It wasn't me.
It was Watto.
Then
Annie.
he has a reason. He's a great reason.
Yeah. He should provoke him.
Now what's the one that you're actually excited about that's coming out with Star Wars?
There's another one coming out, and this one takes place obviously between what looks like between Return of the Jedi and before we get to Force Awakens, when
Jesus
Kylo
Christ.
went after Ben Skywalker.
That's the period I hate the most.
Well, you can't. I don't mind them doing stuff with that stuff because I want to see. I don't know anything about that period. Like,
right.
I understand Disney going, hey, don't do anything after Rise of Skywalker because we don't know where we're going yet.
Yes, and that's what's maddening, because I would just be like, fuck it. It's a comic book. Let them.
Right, but everything they do has to be canon now, so they can't go. It's got to rhyme. It's got to rhyme. But everything's got to be canon now, so they can't just go like what Lucas did with the expanded universe stuff. Hey, do whatever you want.
Have fun.
It's not canon, but whatever you want. But Disney makes everything they do now, video games,
has to be
comic
canon.
books, everything is canon. So that's the issue. You can't go and just have fun and explore an unknown universe.
It's got to fit into the timeline.
It's got to fit into this timeline, which is a little annoying. I agree. But this takes place after Ben Skywalker is turned into Kylo Ren, and he's now in charge of the Knights of Ren. I guess he goes down, and this was part of what was in the expanded universe, which is now Legacy. There was the final surviving Jedi from Order 66.
Yep.
Had joined. This was happening in the old expanded universe. He had joined Luke's new Jedi Order. And I guess they've sort of transitioned that into being in canon now as part of this. And Kylo Ren goes on a hunt to fulfill his grandfather's mission to hunt down all the Jedi. And this is outside of Luke.
Does he off Homeboy from Rebels?
Which one?
The kid, Ezra. Is that it for Ezra? Is that going to be the final issue? He kills Ezra and Ahsoka?
Well, Ezra is maybe he takes out Ezra.
Because wouldn't he kill Ezra and Ahsoka? That we know.
You would think. Although I think Ahsoka. I still think Ahsoka season 2. I think at some point Ahsoka transcends and becomes the daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen.
That
It just
would make
seems
the
that way.
most sense. It would make
Anakin is the father. Anakin's going to be the father. Ahsoka will be the daughter, and we got to find out who the son is.
I like Ahsoka a lot. I hope the character, not the show, the character, that I hope she finds a way to stick around. Even like it would be great if she mentored Rey to give her.
Yeah, it would be great. Or maybe even as a
I know
Force
she
ghost.
hears her voice.
Yeah.
But I would like it better if she just like you said, transcended the Force. Is just like this kind of, I don't know. I mean,
she spoke to Rey in Rise of Skywalker, so she could be a Force ghost in the new films, which would be kind of cool.
It'd be cool. Or I'm hoping she could do what Luke did and just projecting herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like that even better because I don't want Ahsoka to be gone. I like the character too much.
And maybe Watto can show up as a Force
That
ghost.
would be, hey!
Hey!
Turns out, if a Jedi or Sith comes in your body long enough after they've killed it, you become Force ghost. Everyone's kind of turns to Anakin. Look, what the fuck's he talking about?
Like, Anakin, what the fuck did you do to Watto after you killed him?
What happened over there?
Hey, I'm a Force ghost now.
You have enough Force G's after you die, huh?
You become Force ghost yourself, huh? All right.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Man.
Anyway, that's what I'm geeking out of.
I'm like, I again, all this shit the only reason I talk shit about Star Wars is this is tough love, Eddie. I love it so much.
Okay.
I can't stand, to me, Star Wars doesn't ever deserve a misstep. Did you get what I'm saying? Like, it's so sacred to me. It does not, like, that's why that's why the prequels just hurt so much. Because I'm like, God damn it, this is the original guy. It better, you know.
Yeah,
it had been
but I have
someone
to look at it. I try to frame it in the same way I frame the MCU.
Right.
Like it's just a chapter in a long story. It's just another chapter in a long story. And maybe this chapter is not great, but the next one is.
The next one will be good, right?
So that's just the way I have to frame it in that way, the same way I do the MCU. Okay, I love this was a great MCU movie. This one that was okay.
Right.
That sort of thing.
I think it's just because, unlike initially, we just had 3, and they became,
and it was self-contained and it was
goddamn
perfect.
Religion. You know what I mean? It was just so but
it was self-contained and it was perfect. But now that they've expanded it forwards and backwards, I just have to go. This is just chapters in a long story, and I have to either like them or not like them. It doesn't diminish my love for the whole book.
Right. Anyway, so now that we're back from commercial break, how about that? How was that?
Oh, look at that.
Was that a good?
Good one.
Was that a good one?
Not bad, Andy.
Not the bad. A commercial break. Let me write that time down. Not the bad.
Not bad, Annie. Not bad.
So, man, what I'm geeking out.
How many times you come, Annie? Jesus
Annie. Christ, man.
No refractory time with you,
I'm
Annie?
shitting cum for a month, Annie. Every time I shit, there's some cum. Every time I hawk loogie, a little cum comes out.
I'm burping cum, Annie, and I didn't even blow you.
You know how embarrassing it is? I'm trying to do business. I'm burping cum bubbles in front of customers.
Try explaining that to a customer, Annie.
Oh, fuck. I can't sell speeder anymore now. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. The Watto episode. We're just going to call this the Watto episode. I mean. Oh, fuck. Poor Watto. Tip of 40 to Watto.
Tip of 40 to Watto.
Tip of 40 to Watto. Man. So, dude, Eddie, I'm losing my fucking mind over this. Zach Dahlem, thank you so much. This G.I. Joe. Limbs. Eddie, did you? Now we both talked. We both kind of missed the boat on the G.I. Joe comics, didn't we?
I did. I was all
same.
When I was a kid as a comics, it was always Marvel or DC. I was either superheroes or DC heroes. And then it was all for G.I. Joe. It was strictly the cartoon and the toys.
Same with Transformers, even though they were both
Same with
Marvel.
Transformers. Yeah. I had a few G.I. Joe comics, but I just sort
Right.
of collected them because I would just grab some every once in a while, but I
If
never
the
followed
cover
the
looked
storyline.
cool, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but oh
I never
my God.
followed the story.
I'm going to say something that it's going to hurt.
Okay.
I'm 24 issues in.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when Rickelman has, apparently the good shit hadn't even started yet.
Okay.
I'm 24 issues in, and this storyline, it's better than anything they've done in the cartoons. It's fucking
Well, that's probably not hard to do.
not hard to do.
If you look back at the cartoon,
They were just commercials for the toys.
right. Great
This
commercials
was
for toys, but
great,
not amazing stories.
And this is, oh my God. Okay, so I finally got to issue 21. That's
Okay.
probably the most famous of the G.I. Joe comics in Marvel because it's the silent issue. And
Okay.
there's not even sound effects. The whole thing, it's just the artwork. There's no lettering.
Wow.
And now
That's
this
cool.
is the first appearance of the character. In issue 21, it just opens where this dude's in this fucking jet power. Remember that Cobra jet powered hang glider thing?
Yeah,
That toy?
I had
Okay.
it. I had it.
So it's a dude in all white, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Storm Shadow."
Snow Jobber, Storm Shadow.
Right, it's one of the two. Alpine, maybe an Alpine, maybe the later Alpine, but it was. And I was like, "Oh shit!" And he's flying in with this bundled up body, and he just drops it off at Cobra. I think it's Destro's Cobra at HQ.
The Terradome? It wasn't the Terradome, was
The
it?
Terradome. And it looks silly. It looked fucking slick. And he drops it off, and it's Scarlet. Scarlet's been captured.
Okay.
And then so they take Scarlet prisoner, and then you
Okay.
just see Snake Eyes fucking land on the Cobra base. Like, yeah, nah, fuck this. You're not taking Scarlet. There's so many amazing parts to this issue. Scarlet frees herself. That was
Okay.
my favorite part. She ain't need nobody to rescue her. She's chained up in this fucking prison, and she fucking has a little thing, and she, unlocks the chains. She gets out. She gets the drop on Storm Shadow. He comes.
That ain't easy.
Dude, he comes to check in on her, and
Yeah.
she just wraps the chain around his neck and slams him down, jumps
Wow.
out, and then slams him in the prison, and then gets the fuck out of there, right? So
Right.
Snake Eyes doesn't know she's escaped. So he's
Okay.
trying to find her. Destro sees Snake Eyes on the monitor, and it's a real fascinating thing because at first he just kind of stares at Snake Eyes, Destro, and then
Yeah.
he's like, okay. And then he gets a group ready, and part of me's like, what was he letting him? Because his distrust for Cobra Commander is already kind of in full swing now.
Right.
Because he believes the Baroness is dead. They had a shootout a few issues earlier where, dude, it's gnarly. Cobra Commander basically got Major Blood to kill Destro. That was his plan. And Major Blood's about to do it, and the Baroness intervenes. And in
Okay.
doing so, the vehicle she's in gets destroyed. And they think
Okay.
she died. Everyone thinks she died, but the Joes got her, right? And she's completely bandaged up. She got horrible burns. And then what ends up happening is Major Blood breaks her out. He frees her body. He takes her,
Right.
and this is after issue 21. What happens next? But he takes her to a plastic surgeon, makes her look the
Right.
same, like the super expensive one, right? Whatever.
Right.
But Destro thinks she's dead, and he's got like all these chess pieces of like Joe and Cobra figures on his thing,
Right.
and he's just holding the Baroness, and he's looking. So part of me wondered, did he feel for Snake Eyes? Is that it was interesting, but then like he's like, okay, fuck it, let's go. So he goes after him, and he's sending all these Cobra troopers to get Snake Eyes.
Right.
Snake Eyes takes them all out and then disguises himself as one of them. And Destro and some men come by, and Snake Eyes just like acts like he's wounded, and he points to get him off the trail. So they go, and then now Storm Shadow's waiting for Snake Eyes, and he's got these three ninjas in red, his boys.
Yeah.
Fucking Snake Eyes kills all three of them. It's fucking crazy. He kind of gets the better of Storm Shadow and takes off. He's looking for Scarlet. Scarlet has now jacked one of the Cobra jet-powered hang gliders, right? And she
Right.
doesn't know Snake Eyes is coming, so she's just getting the fuck out of there.
Okay.
And then she sees Snake Eyes look like he has his back turned, and Storm Shadow pops up and throws his katana at him. And you see Scarlet's like, oh, fuck. So she dives down to just sacrifice herself and take the blow. And at the last second, Snake Eyes just puts his arms around her and just boom, catches the katana blade in his hands, flips it up, and then him and Scarlet take off. And the final shot, the last two panels, is a Snake Eyes riding on the hovercraft thing, and you see his arm it's torn, his outfit, and you see that tattoo.
Right.
And then the next final panel is Stormshadow watching him leave, and he's got the same tattoo. It was like, oh shit. It was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Right there's your Snake Eyes movie. That's your Snake Eyes movie.
What else do you need? You have Scarlet's a fucking badass. Snake Eyes is a fuck story. You have everything.
That's your Snake Eyes movie.
It was fucking perfect. I was like, what a fucking issue. Had I read that as a kid,
it's like that Punisher movie, the one Warzone, where it's just sort of like an issue of a comic.
That's what it was.
And that's what the Snake Eyes movie should be. That
it should have been that. It was fucking incredible. It was fucking it was like, holy shit, this is. And apparently when it came out, it was met with a lot of criticism because people were like, well, we feel gypped. There was no dialogue. And then people quickly started realizing, wait, this is a fucking masterpiece. Yeah. And holy shit, dude. And then what happens, so I told you, Major Blood kills Flag, right?
Right.
And, oh my God, I think this is like a few issues later, it's Flag's funeral. Right. And Eddie, a Cobra jet, just flies in to fucking kill everybody at Flag's funeral. And you see Hawk look up like, oh shit, this is the end. And all of a sudden, the Cobra bomber jet just catches fire and goes up, and it just explodes. And everyone looks. And this is the first time you see him up on a hill. It's fucking Roadblock and Duke. And they just fucking took the thing out. It was fucking incredible. And so that's
better if it was Sergeant Slaughter. Better if that was Sergeant Slaughter on the hill.
Just fucking shooting come out of it.
We had a deal. Oh, we had a deal.
Hurt so good. It hurts so good. But it was incredible. And then so that now we got Roadblock and Duke in the mix. Right. And so now Major Blood takes Baroness to get plastic surgery up. She looks the same. He brings her to Destro. Okay. And the three of them are like, fuck this.
Three-way? They all bang?
Oh, I bet. You could tell. Yeah. You could tell.
It's there.
You could tell. And they decide we're going to take out Cobra Commander. It was fucking crazy. And they're like, we're going to kill him because at this point, Cobra Commander's been captured by the Joes.
Didn't Cobra Commander bring in Major Blood?
They all
kill Destro?
They all turn on each other, man.
And they all turn on.
It's like MAGA. It's like you're watching MAGA. It's like Steve Bannon.
It's like the Trump administration.
Elon. It's the Trump administration. They're just. And he's
the metaphor for sure,
dude. He's Eddie. So, Major Blood, Baroness, and Destro. They're like, well, we have to deal with Stormshadow. They're like, he's
loyal to Cobra Commander.
He's in our way, like. And they're like, well, you know, if we can do this and that, and then they introduce this, they show this pilot. I forgot it was one of the Cobra pilots had like the helmet and the fucking tube, look fucking like he can fly anywhere. Yeah, the little red visor thing, and then they go, and then next to him, this man can handle any assignment, and it's fucking Firefly, and you're like, oh shit! It's like, oh shit! Snake Eyes helps free Cobra Commander, and he leaves behind these coordinates that both that Destro, Major Blood see, and the Joe see, and it's someplace in Florida, and they're like,
Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago. Look, there it is, Mar-a-Lago. It's a place in Florida, and Firefly and that pilot show up to the coordinates, and they're thinking that's where Stormshadow has Cobra Commander.
And we're getting Zartan. Is that what we're getting?
That's who's there. Fucking Zartan's at the door. Guns drawn.
Got a swamp, man. It's a swamp.
What are y'all fucking doing? It was, whoo, and that's how it ended. I got to pick up where who the fuck knows what happens next.
That's good stuff.
This is issue 24. Rickelman said it doesn't get good till 30. I'm like, shit, how much better is it going to get?
Wow.
That's
probably when Watto probably shows up.
That's a Watto. Hey.
Destro, huh?
Destro, who wants to gargle cheese? I have plenty to give out, but not the free. Like,
Only money.
fucking incredible.
That
fucking
sounds awesome.
incredible.
I wish I'd read those when I was a kid. I
Me
don't know
too.
why I didn't.
That's my only regret. Is I dare I say it would have been X-Men, G.I. Joe. That's the pecking
Dude.
order.
And then you have the G.I. Joe toys. When you didn't have the X-Men toys to go along with your comics, you had those G.I.
Made
Joe
it a
toys
lot
to go
better.
along.
Dude, I would have quit trying to mimic cartoon storylines had I been reading those comics.
Wow.
All the toys would have just been, let me reenact this shit. It was so fucking good. It was, oh my god, but fucking Zartan showing up at the end, like it's all. Apparently they say the big arc is this Cobra Civil War, and I can't fucking wait. Man, I cannot
awesome.
fucking wait. It was, but seeing Firefly introduced, it was like, oh god, Zartan, Roadblock, Duke, it's fucking. You know, we're gonna switch gears real quick. And,
Sure.
Kingsley brought up, I think it was, who was it? Shit. It might have been Kingsley. When I was playing Indiana Jones on my stream in the Great Circle, he brought up an Indiana Jones continuity issue.
Oh.
Why does Indy not really believe in magic during Raiders when he clearly saw magic in Temple of Doom with his own eyes?
But that's always been Indy's thing. He's always experienced these things and
then
never
just like,
quite believed them.
Right. End of Raiders should have done it. Like, okay,
would
fucking
think.
demons came out and melted everybody. All right,
Right,
maybe
but-
there's something to this.
He saw it in Temple of Doom with Kalima and the stones,
Right.
and then Temple of Doom, and then like even with the eternal life thing, he was like, "Oh, Dad, come on, there's no,
Right.
you're
And then
not drinking
he
those
sees
really."
a fucking soldier.
He's a soldier, and then he does it, but he still like he still doesn't. And then he says it in Dial of Destiny. He says, "I've seen a lot of things that you wouldn't." I think his line is something like, "I've seen a lot of things that you wouldn't believe, but it's not whether or not they happen or something. Whether or not they happen, but it's how hard you believe them." So to me, his whole thing is like he's all science based and and it doesn't mean there's no magical thing. It's just if you believe it happened, then it happened. But there's no scientific basis for it. So something like that.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, because he did see his dad get a bullet
continuity
wound here.
thing, my big continuity thing in Indiana Jones is in Raiders of the Lost Ark when the guy's doing the sword thing, right?
Yes.
And he just fucking shoots him,
Boom.
right?
Boom. Best scene
In Temple
the
of
whole
Doom,
thing.
which is a prequel to that,
Yeah.
he's running out and there's two guys doing the sword thing, and he goes like that to do it again, and there's no gun in his holster.
How would he know that?
How would he know? Why would you
That's
repeat
the
the same
trick.
scene?
Way before.
That happened before.
It's kind of a jip. That's kind of a jip.
Funny in the moment, but then you realize,
Yes.
oh, this
Wait a
isn't a
minute.
callback. This is a prequel
This
joke
is a
to what
joke. So this doesn't make any fucking sense.
doesn't make any sense in hindsight.
What do you think was the best part of Temple of Doom? Was it the mine carts?
Yeah,
Or
but he's like water, 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 water.
Oh,
and
that
then
was
water,
so good.
And then you see the
Oh.
water coming.
or was it?
I
when he
like the
cut-
part
or when
when,
he cuts the bridge.
Cutting the bridge, but I like the part in the actual mining tunnel when Short Round is beating up the little kid and
Right.
Andy's beating up the big guy, and
Yes.
they're doing the same exact moments,
That
and
was
it's going
great.
to the music.
That was great. That was
Everything's orchestrated, and the music times up to everything. It's just like it's a Spielberg moment, but it's great.
It's great. It's Temple of Doom is underrated. Temple of
It's a
Doom
fun
is
movie.
an underrated movie. It's
a fun
yes,
movie.
Yes, it was far darker than what anyone was expecting.
Yeah.
But that's why I loved it, dude. I thought,
And it didn't have the serious. It was darker, but it didn't have the serious adult feel of Raiders. Raiders felt like a
Right.
movie your dad liked
Right.
and he would take you to.
Yep.
Whereas Temple of Doom felt like, oh, this is made for kids, but it's still
but
pretty
it's
freaking
dark as fuck. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, when he rips the heart out of the guy and the guy's still alive, being lowered into the fucking thing with
Yeah.
his heart, that was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh man, Temple of Doom was so fucking good.
Fun movie.
That might need a rewatch. That might need like a deep dive.
The only problem with Temple of Doom is the girl. What's her name?
Kate Capshaw.
Fucking annoying. She screams
Yeah.
every 5 seconds
That's
in that
right.
movie.
That's right. I remember.
And
that.
it's hard
Yeah.
to it gets irritating after a while. It's hard to
I
watch
forgot about that.
because she screams so much in that movie. Other than that, fun movie.
Brilliant. Great stuff. Although, Last Crusade, the best one.
I think it was the most. It felt like the most satisfying one
Me too. I think I have to pick it as my favorite.
of
Even
all
though
of them.
my favorite scene in any Indiana Jones movie,
Yeah.
is the in Raiders, the dun, 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 when he puts a staff and the light, and fuck, it illuminates where the ark is in that little map,
in the map room. No, it's
Fuck.
great. But I think the Last Crusade is the most, from beginning to end as a story, is the most satisfying of the films.
I think it's the funniest. I think it's a funny. I mean, shooting the gun in Raiders is great, but again, just that with any luck, he's found it. He's found it already. Does anyone hello? Does anyone speak English? Like, that's fucking great. The fucking they got a son. Shoot. I mean, there's so many fucking. Oh god! And then you have the fucking AT-AT driver as the villain.
Always, yeah.
What
and
else
you have
do
Sean
need?
Connery telling a Nazi you should read books instead of burning them.
Oh, brilliant!
Good stuff.
You have a Hitler cameo for laughs.
Right. For giggles.
They play up a Hitler cameo for giggles.
For laughs. The architect of the Holocaust. For laughs.
Autographing a book. Oh, no ticket. The genius. Fucking hilarious. That was so good.
They got us.
They got us. That was the best. They got us. That was, and then, of course, just when you add like the tank scene, and at the very end, somehow that fucking hat survives and just rolls up
and
to
just
him.
rolls.
Fucking great. Oh man.
Or when they're on the motorcycle and his dad's in the sidecar and he takes the stick and jams it in the motorcycle and the Nazi flips over.
Up.
And then he looks over at his dad and smiles, and the dad's just like staring at him, and he's like,
fucking great. That was that. I mean, shit. I mean, of course, going under the truck in Raiders is fantastic, but
yeah, there's great scenes. I mean, like, what's
and
your
it's
plan?
only
I don't
even
know,
better
make it
when
up
the
as I
Nazi
go.
tries to do it and then gets run over. That was fucking great.
Anytime
That
Nazis get killed is awesome.
so good, so good. Well, man, what a goddamn, what a ramble. What a ramble.
Hey, what a ramble.
They did it. We learned a lot about what Anakin did to Watto, what the comics won't tell us. Oh, man. Please, again, subscribe to The Ramble. 5-star rating, a positive text review. You know where to find us and love us. Do all those things. We will be back Friday for a Ramble Radio. Until then, we love you all. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Oh, come on. Look,
There it
look at
is.
that
There
shit.
it is.
Look at that. Look at that. Did you find out if those links worked for the G.I. Joe comics yet?
No, I'm doing that tonight because I got to look at these things.
They're
when you're
so
talking
good.
about them, I have to start reading them.
It's so fucking good. It's incredible. I just forgot how scary Firefly was, too.
Well, he's like a sociopath.
Yes.
He's got no, feeling. He's just a sociopath.
That's what makes him more dangerous than Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow has the honor.
Yeah,
This guy
Storm Shadow's
doesn't.
he has like an honor and a moral compass to what he believes in, but
Right.
Firefly's like, nah, I'll fucking kill whatever. I don't give a
Kill
shit.
who you want. Don't kill a fucking
Who you want dead?
2-year-old.